Welcome back to the Grey Haze YouTube channel. My name's Ben, and today we're here with the Atom Yakuza mod with ceramic coil technology. Let's dive down to the table and see what's in the box. Right guys, so we're down at the table with the Yakuza mod and the Kodo tank. One thing that Atom always does really well, and I've said this before in previous videos, is their packaging's on point. So on this one you've got like, almost looks like the Queen with a mod in her mouth riding a giant bullet or something like that. So let's go ahead and get this open, but before I do that, let me just let you know what's in the packet. You get the Yakuza mod, you get the Kodo tank, you get an extra Pyrex glass, you get one heat dispersion drip tip, a G-ceramic coil, and then a G-Clapton coil, your user manual, the skins, all that kind of stuff, but I'll go through that in a bit more detail now. So inside the box, similar packaging to what we normally have with Atom stuff, saving the world, one atom at a time, or one e-cigarette at a time, however you want to do it. So here's the inside of the box. You can see that Pyrex tank, the drip tip, and the tank and the mod already kind of pre-built. So I'm going to go and get that bad boy out. I'm going to get the drip tip out because I need that, so I'm going to pop that in there right now. Underneath it, you do get three sort of skins, I want to say, but they're basically stickers that you can wrap around the actual mod itself, stick it on and kind of give it that kind of personalisation. You get this one here with a rather angry looking guy with a mohawk. This one here, again, a guy with Yakuza and a mohawk, and obviously he's a criminal because he's got his eyes blocked out. And what else do we have? The same one that's on the front of the packaging, which is the Queen, or what looks like the Queen with a mod in her mouth with a giant kind of anti-aircraft shell. Interesting. Also in there you get the Yakuza Subbox mod manual. That goes through all the different modes that it has. It has a temperature mode, a ceramic coil mode, which is quite different, bits and bobs like that. So that's in the box, and then you also get one for the Kodo tank as well. That tells you how to disassemble it, how to insert the coil, but I'll nip through that in a second now. So let's get that out of the way and the box. Okay, so there's the Yakuza mod and the Kodo tank set up by Atom. It's 5 clicks to come on, okay, and you have this kind of gas mask looking fella. Runs at up to 70 watts. You get a readout for your ohms, your volts, and a battery display. Now, I'm just going to turn it down a second because I've got to show you this. It's hilarious. Wait a minute. I'll almost be there. Let me take it down to like 23 watts. Most tanks have, most devices have a cut-off when you hold the button down for too long, or if it, say for instance, goes off in your pocket, just as that security cut-off, but or the safety feature, sorry. Let me just show you what this says. So if you hold it down, I think it is for about 10 seconds. 1 second, here it comes. I've got to read out what it says because I fell back in my chair. Slow down, bro. Safety power cut. That's absolutely whopper. There'll be so many people just pressing that button just to watch that happen, but that's not what it's intended for. I just thought I'd show you that because I thought it was rather interesting when we were putting it through our testing sort of phase. I just thought, let me see what it says. So completely off point of subject, but yeah, it's funny, so I thought I'd show you. Okay, so mod itself, it takes a single 18650 battery, as most sort of mods this size do. You've got some nice battery venting on the side. One thing that makes this kind of mod, not necessarily the tank, but definitely the mod, stand out from others. I'm just going to rip the tank off for a second. Okay, set that aside. Okay, so it's got what they say is a 3 amp chipset, which is apparently in industry first. And what it basically means is the chip can handle up to 3 amps charging through the battery, charging to the battery, sorry. And basically what they say is it will charge from 0% to 100% in less than an hour. I haven't yet tried that out. I've tried all the other features out, and the really interesting one I'm going to go on to in a second. I haven't actually tried that one out. It does charge fast though. I haven't got all of the, you know, that magic box that people have to sort of test batteries and voltage and all that kind of magic stuff. But all I can tell you is it does charge up pretty quick. So yeah, thumbs up for that one. Don't know if it does draw at 3 amp. I know I did plug it into my Mac earlier while I was you know, busy away working, and yeah, it did seem to charge really quick, so I was quite impressed with that. The main feature that completely sells this mod over any other mod you might be able to see that there's actually two slots. Two slots. But basically, you've got, as we see on most mods, the generic micro USB. Atom's taken it one step further and put in a lightning charging hole. And basically what that means is you can use your iPhone charging cable for charging the mod. Now, you know, everybody that has an Android phone or any, you know, other phone is going to say, yeah, all right, Ben, yeah, okay, cool. But everybody that has an iPhone, and I'm sure there's many of us that are watching this video, that's a massive thing. Well, it's not, it's really small. But for us to be able to charge it with the lead from our phone is kind of I would say a game changer, because I haven't seen a mod yet where you can actually charge it with a lightning cable. I have tested it and it works absolutely flawlessly. That was what I was using when I said earlier I was charging it with my laptop. So it definitely works fine. And I was actually really impressed. When I opened it up, I was like, okay, 70 watt box, you know, same as the others. But this one definitely blew me away. I was going to say blew my head off then. That would have been a really bad thing to say. It definitely blew me away because it's definitely something unique that we haven't had yet. And obviously, for all of us that, you know, are travelling and going to all these expos and bits and bobs like that, you don't want to carry, you know, a plethora of leads. So it's really nice just to be able to charge it with the one, and you're good to go. So that's the mod itself. It's really nice in the hand. It's kind of, I mean, I have no way big hands, but it definitely kind of disappears when I have it in my hand. So no, I was really, really impressed with it. It works really, really well. The temperature control settings are really, really good. Another thing I wanted to add, a lot of mods that use the so-called temperature, the ceramic coils. Now, they tend to just use them in regular Canthal mode, and what you find is there's sort of a 1 or 2 second delay while that Canthal ramps up inside the porous ceramic. Now, with this, there is an actual specific ceramic mode, and what I found was it hits exactly the same as if it's got a regular sort of, you know, say for instance a sub-tank coil. What they may have done is tinker with that kind of initial, there might be an initial burst, but I really found that it was, it gave quite a good punch at the beginning, which I found was lacking with other tanks that use kind of ceramic. So definite thumbs up again for that one. So we've been through, you know, the main ins and outs and bits and bobs like that. I'll show you the display one more time. When it's in different modes, one you get a rocket, like a little logo and a bunch of other stuff. You have your arrows for up and down. It's fairly self-explanatory. It's a really simple mod, but I really like it. Again, nice in the hand, and it looks really, I'm going to say it looks mint with this tank on, obviously with the mint colour setup. That kind of goes, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's the Yakuza. Let's jump back out and let's have our final thoughts, and I'll give it a little vape. See you guys upstairs. Bye. Right, guys, so we're back up to the main camera view just for the final thoughts on the Yakuza mod. I'm really quite impressed. The chipset is really, really easy to use, just for a start. It's nice and simple, and there's some quirky features in there, like when you vape and you go over like the 10-second limit like most chips, it comes up with like quite a funny comment, like "stop vaping dude" or something, which I thought was quite funny and makes it a little bit different. The biggest plus for me, and I'm sure the biggest plus for everybody that uses this mod, is the fact that it's got an Apple port charger. Now this chipset is the first of its kind that actually has a 3 amp charge, so it will go completely from flat to completely fully charged in just under an hour, which is mint, to be fair, because there's nothing worse than having to, you know, if you're rushing out or anything like that, having to sort of mess around waiting for an hour and a half, or taking it out of the mod and sticking it in your bay charger and whatnot. So you can use an Apple lightning cable to charge the mod, and it's also got in the bottom, as I showed you in the close-ups, the regular micro USB charging port. So there's that great flexibility that, you know, if you're traveling and you have your phone charger with you and you're an iPhone user, you can just pop your iPhone charger straight in and charge your mod. You haven't got to worry about carrying micro USB wires and all that kind of stuff. So that was really good. Feel in the hand is nice, really, really nice. It's quite discreet as well. I mean, I wouldn't really say I've got big hands, but, you know, it completely disappears when I'm holding it. And yeah, screen again, nice and easy to use. You've got your up and down buttons, which are really self-explanatory. There's some battery venting on the back. So yeah, all in all, a really good mod to use. The tank as well has got some really nice chunky airflow. It's not too turbulent at all, and you've got the drip tip that comes with it as standard, which is really, really good. And, you know, there's been a lot of this talk about ceramic coils and this and that and the third. The ceramic coils that Atom's come out with, they weren't, you know, the first to bring a ceramic coil out. What they did was they really thought about what actually makes a good coil. You know, for some people, that's having some decent vapor production. You know, I mean, I'm only running this at like 34 watts, nothing too extravagant, and it's a 0.5 ceramic in there. I'll just give you a little toot now. You know, it's nice and clean. The flavour's definitely there. I've got some V-God Vangel in there, which is one of my personal favourites. You definitely get that flavour there that you would get with a regular coil in the likes of, you know, your Kanga sub-tanks or, you know, your Heracles and bits and bobs like that. So the flavour's definitely there. The tank can hold an absolute ton of juice, which is mint. You know, I've just come back from, you know, doing Vape Jam, and, you know, when you're carrying a smaller tank round, you know, it's a bit of a pain in the arse having to carry a bunch of liquid round with you for a whole day. I know the whole TPD thing's coming up, blah, 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 2 more tanks, and, you know, we really appreciate that. But, you know, it is still nice at the moment while we're, you know, still allowed to have, you know, a large capacity tank, so you can go all day. Couple that with the, you know, the real ease of charging. I just think, you know, it's an absolutely mint mod. Talking of mint, this is the mint colour. We've then got a white mod, and then there's a red one as well. So I'll chuck them again over here. They're all exactly the same. They're just the different colours, and you get the tank to do sort of the matchy sort of thing. Again, which is really, really good. So yeah, so we've been up close. I've introduced the mod, we've had a look at it, we've gone through what's in the box. So yeah, so final thoughts on this mod. It's outstanding. It's really good. The charging flexibility on this is really what nails it for me. The tank again is just a really good tank. It's really easy to use and it's an absolute pleasure. So yeah, so I'm going to sign off now. But that's been the Yakuza mod. It'll be available on the Grey Haze website, and that's www.greyhaze.co.uk. Keep your eyes peeled for that. The coils will also be readily available as well, and it takes an 18650, which is obviously sold separately, which we have an absolute ton of as well. So head over to the site, guys. See you all soon. Take care.